Very good afternoon, everyone. And today we have a very lovely guest with us, Miss Anjali Dada. And thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. And she is doing a lot of work in Punjab in the sector of autism. And she has a truly remarkable history in terms of humanitarian goals. And please tell us something about yourself, ma'am.
Sakshi, to tell you something about myself, I think all I now introduce myself is that I'm a proud autism mom.
Mm-hmm.
And as you know, I run an NGO in Punjab, Jalandhar.
Right.
And other than that, I am a painter.
Oh, lovely.
And yes, I love painting.
Right.
And I have also done my course in journalism, my master's in journalism.
Okay.
So at one time, I was also writing. So
Okay.
that's just something that I can introduce myself as.
That's so lovely. That's so lovely. And it's truly a pleasure to have you here. Very interesting combinations of skills and arenas you're having, ma'am. And so today's topic is about parenting a person with special needs and your journey. So please tell us something about your cute little son and the journey of parenting that you've come across.
So, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. This invitation means a lot because I have been watching your foundation and your work for a very long time.
Okay.
And I really admire what all of you are doing. I think somewhere ये connections इसलिए बनते हैं because we're in the same field, right?
true.
That's why these connections form. So, telling you something about myself and my work. Basically, I have a very handsome young man by the name of Dhananjay, DJ, his name is,
Okay.
and he's now 20 years old. So he's my son for whom I had actually started this NGO called SOCH. And the aim of this NGO was to bring knowledge in Punjab.
Okay.
Because when we started the NGO in 2008,
Right.
it wasn't, nobody knew about autism, and people here were running all kind of random trainings. So I had gone to Delhi
Right.
previously to Action for Autism
Okay.
train, and I knew that I had to come back here and start this because very honestly, at that point, all I could see was that my son needed a place. And then, of course, there was this thought that what about other children like him,
Exactly.
because we wanted a place that would accept them, where they would feel like themselves, they could flourish, they could be loved. So we wanted that, and that's how Soch started really for us here.
Okay, okay, that sounds lovely, ma'am. And what are the challenges that you've faced during this journey of yours?
So, Sakshi, there have been so many. Actually, I think all of us in the Indian community, we are very involved with our children, right? Especially the mothers.
That's true.
The mothers are involved, even the fathers are very, very involved. And so basically, I think it was juggling this initially. That if I was setting up an NGO,
Right.
also juggling looking after my son, who was then very small.
Right.
He was about 5 years old. And it was very, very important that his training also continued.
Correct.
But then this only was possible for me, Sakshi, because I have the most amazing husband. I have the most amazing backing in my in-laws and my own family.
Okay.
So they helped me with this challenge.
Right.
Because initially I was very, very intimidated that how will I look after my son.
True.
And how will I start an NGO and look after that.
Correct.
So nothing would have been possible if these people hadn't been around me. And then I think things got easier because of that, and also that I have a great group of friends,
Okay.
lovely people who surround us,
Right.
who really try to understand my son. So that would probably be my own personal life.
Right.
I think my second major challenge, Sakshi, was finding a good school, because at that time,
Right.
inclusive schools were not existing.
Correct, correct.
Again,
That's
some friends
true.
help
That's
us.
true. That's indeed a big
Uh,
challenge when we look at disability of any kind. We lack in that
Absolutely.
area. That's true.
Yeah. But I was again very fortunate. I had friends who helped me.
Okay.
So after 2 years, which
Right.
was a major challenge, 2 years of searching,
Mm-hmm.
I found them and they immediately
Lovely.
helped me with their school and my son. Then I think my third challenge was just making the NGO run consistently,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So we have a great team of mothers. It was started by two mothers, Kanchan Agarwal and me. So
Okay.
we are co-founders of this NGO.
Right.
And for both of us, the challenge was that making it run consistently and convincing people
Right.
because
Right.
parents are not
They do not accept.
accepting.
Right.
Yes,
Acceptance is the
and
big
it's a very
line.
different way of life. Yeah, it's such a different way of life.
Mm-hmm.
So this different way of life is not easily accepted by everyone.
True.
Because you know, parents come in with dreams, they have a beautiful baby, and then
Exactly.
suddenly along the way it hits them, now my life will be different.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big hurdle in life. So convincing parents that we must move past this and
Exactly.
life can be beautiful. Life can be beautiful if there is a world of acceptance and if we just understand that you know autism has its own culture, we have our own culture.
Right.
We just need to build a bridge.
True, true,
Two
true.
cultures just need to come together and then we can live so harmoniously. So
Exactly.
that was
How
my second
beautifully you
challenge.
placed it. Lovely.
Yeah. So that was one thing, Sakshi. And then, of course, more than that, at the NGO, my other challenges were and still are resources,
Mm.
trained people, funds. I know you run a foundation, so you know that this
That's
is what
true.
it
That's true
involves, right?
indeed.
And keeping people motivated. That's
Yes,
a very important
exactly,
thing.
exactly. Achievement motivation plays a vital role. So, in order to bridge that gap, what SFT is working upon is making them skilled and making them into entrepreneurs. So every
Yes.
child, so here our ideology remains that to sort of fight back with that problem. So here we make those
Absolutely.
kids with intellectual disabilities identifying their true talents, and we turn them into entrepreneurs in that particular field. So that has been making them self-sufficient has been our major goal at SFT, and this has led to a lot of this has led to a lot of ideation of goals in terms of fighting with our existing problem areas, I feel. But yes, I read a lot
Yes.
about SOCH. I saw the therapies that they are doing there. That's quite remarkable.
Yes, in fact, you know, Sakshi, we are trying to do exactly what you are doing. I
Okay.
think that's why we all connected so much because
Right.
we all have also really worked on bringing a lot of skills
Okay.
to the organization.
Right.
Because there are, for us, when we deal with parents, very often they give up and they feel they can't do this. So for us, it's an honor when our children, not children anymore, but our youngsters
Mhm.
are doing something and we get the opportunity to showcase it, you know,
Exactly.
and we want them to showcase it for themselves.
Right. Right.
So there is a lot of times that we are putting that out there. And we are doing it in such a way that we demand perfection
Mhm.
from our youngsters at SOAP.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
tell them
That's
that they
true.
have the capability of doing things
Mhm.
perfectly, that they must strive to improve, and we try to put it forward with other products in the market
Mhm.
that are, so we try to keep them at par with products in the market.
That's
That's
true.
very, very important, you
Yeah,
know.
that's
So,
true.
one thing we are always working on that the quality should be super. People should feel they bought it from an amazing organization
Right.
with very skilled workers. So that's what we always feel it should come across as.
Right, right. That's true. We maintain our quality checks to that extent as well. So I think there's a lot of common things between SFT and SOCH, and it's really good to know that other organizations are working with the same pace to the same level. That's really good. And I would also like to know some of the tools in the parenting styles that have worked for you successfully in terms of your parenting journey up till now.
So, something that I always share with my parents also, I am a great advocate of the SRV philosophy.
Okay.
Betsy, who has brought it to India, is someone who I really look up to in
Okay.
that matter, the Keystone organization. So, for that means that understanding that no matter who we are talking about, and over here now I'm including my son, right?
Right.
In my family, everybody has a role to play.
Right.
I have a role to play. My son has a role to play.
True.
My husband has a role to play, and all the other members.
Mm-hmm.
So we always try that we all are aware of these roles and we are working towards, letting bridging a gap where our son can play those roles.
Correct. Correct.
So this
Correct.
is my first major tool that I have worked with. That I'm very clear about something that uh, he must be very proud of himself.
Mm-hmm.
He must understand that yes, he may be different.
Mm-hmm.
We call it different, but he is no less than anyone else. And
Exactly.
that's how we've always looked at him,
Right.
right?
Right.
And as parents, our job is that of enablers.
Mm-hmm.
He will have his own journey, but our job is to enable him best to fulfill the roles that he should, as a son, as a as a
Mm-hmm.
professional, as an adult. Our job is just to enable that. Rest, of course, there will be a little bit of his journey and a lot of acceptance from our end. I think,
Exactly.
in fact, Sakshi, I just think of it like parenting a child with special needs.
Mm-hmm.
It's the case for every child. We have to be the enablers, and then by the end of it, I think in turn they have to flourish and live their own life, and they have a journey of their own, and we just have to make them aware of their potential
That's
because they
true.
have so much
They
potential,
truly
and
have.
they can fulfill their roles with responsibility.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I think that's what we have always worked on too.
Okay.
Really, that's what it is about.
That's really nice. So, do you think that your house members and the other people in the community are inclusive in their mindset? And what efforts did you had to make to sort of accomplish that level of acceptance and inclusiveness in the society around your son?
Yes. So, yes, Sakshi, initially when I stepped into the journey,
Mm-hmm.
I myself was very shocked, right?
Okay.
So, I think it took me some time to first wrap my mind around it.
Right.
But luckily, I've had mentors, like I always maintain, right?
Right. Right.
So, they taught me very well about acceptance.
Okay.
And immediately, the minute I realized that now I will have a different life,
Correct. Correct.
I
Correct.
decided that we are all going to live it to the fullest.
Right.
So that is, I think, one of the first conversations we had as husband and wife,
Mm-hmm.
my husband and me, that we will live every aspect of our life,
That's so beautiful.
and we will not be victims. We will not be victims because we want our son to live a proud life.
Yes.
That was always in our mind.
Okay, okay. I think
Then,
these sort of affirmations, these sort of values, and these sort of goals needs to be communicated to all the other parents as well.
yes, yes, yes. In fact, that's what switched everything in our house because honestly, our family members were looking at us. So when they saw
Mhm.
that we've embraced this and we are doing everything, we
Right,
enjoy, we worry if we have to, we plan if we have to, we relax when we want to,
correct.
they also relax with their life.
That's
And
true.
this is what we try tell every parent,
Mhm.
Sakshi, that remember you matter,
Mhm.
your life matters, and your child's life matters. And
Exactly.
it's different, but it can be fulfilling. It
Right,
can be a whole life.
right,
It's how
right.
we look at it.
Correct, correct.
So that's what.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, I always look at the joys of life in the terms of the pizza theory that I personally follow. So you have to eat every slice of the pizza. You can't be eating one full slice and the other slices are just waiting for getting eaten. So you have to take a bite of
Yes,
every slice, be it your love life, be it your parenting, be it the other joys, be it the luxuries of life, be everything.
absolutely.
So one should never stop enjoying the true arenas of life. That's really
Yes.
beautifully placed by you indeed. And I would also like to know what message would you give to the parents, since I can see that you've made the tools really nicely for yourself and for the community around you through SOCH and otherwise at your home as well? What is one message that you would like to give to every parent out there to work upon their kids, and how they can handle this journey in a lot more optimistic manner?
So, Sakshi, earlier when we were talking about tools,
Right.
I have been following the philosophy of Buddhism for almost 15 years now.
Okay, okay.
And from there, so from there I learned something that each of us has a certain role to play. We have a certain mission we are here with.
Correct.
And we can either complain about it or we can consider it an opportunity. So, of course, I will tell parents it's not easy.
Mm-hmm.
However, just simply like we were talking about earlier, strive to live a complete life.
Mm.
Your life matters, and over here, I always tell parents that please have your tribe. You know, have people that you can go to when you need to speak to someone. Have people when you need to vent to someone,
Right.
cry in front of someone, because that will bring you back fresher. And be open about that, and also come back understanding my life is different,
Mm-hmm.
but now like they say, when life gives you lemons, you
Need to
make
make
lemonade
lemonade out
out
of
of it,
it. Yes,
right?
and why not
So
just lemonade? Like
in
Arpita ma'am always says, not just lemonade, make lemon pickles. I think she placed the status over the Facebook, and she mentioned every item which is made out of lemons, from lemon candles to lemon sorbet and whatnot. I think that's one beautiful thought which we should all
Arpita is
resonate to.
amazing. I know Arpita ji is so amazing. We learn from her zest in life, always looking at her. So I agree with you. Make lemon cake, make whatever comes to your mind. And yes, you can feel tired while making that lemon cake, but I'm sure it'll turn out yummy towards the end, right? That's what
That's true.
actually
That's
is
true.
the big
How beautifully placed. That's lovely. Thank you so much for your lovely thoughts. And I'm sure that all our audiences are going to resonate really well with what you placed forward today. And I'm really happy to take a note of on all your thoughts, and I'm willing to practice them in our day-to-day life as well at SFT. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for your precious time.
Thank you, Sakshi. And it was so lovely connecting with you because, again, like I'm saying, SFT is very close to my heart, and we really, really admire your work, what Arpita ji is doing, what you guys are all putting together as a team. It's fabulous. And so happy to be connected to you
Same
guys,
here,
really.
same
Thank
here.
you for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Bye.
See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.